Welcome back to Creating a Canvas course. This is episode 2, Building Structure. This episode is divided up into 2 parts. Part 1, we'll be looking at building that structure. Part 2 is going to take a deeper dive into one of my favorite features in Canvas, quizzes. Remember, we want to make Canvas easy to use, predictable. We want our students to be successful. We want to be successful with how we use Canvas. There are so many things, so many features you can experience with Canvas, but just getting started, we really need to simplify. So let's go into our course, and right away you're going to see a long list of navigational tools. What I'd like to do is eliminate all or most of them with the exception of modules. So, in order to do that, I'm going to click Settings. I'm going to click on Navigation, and I literally want to eliminate all of these except for modules. All you do is you click and drag it down, or you can click and disable. Okay, I actually think dragging is faster because it doesn't give me a new page every time. So literally, you're getting rid of these. You're making it so the students do not even see these items. All right, notice the next one is modules. We're going to go ahead and keep that there. All right, I'm actually going to just put that up right after home. I'm going to eliminate quizzes and outcomes and the syllabus and files, pages, people, even the grades. Remember, we use Aries, discussions, assignments, even announcements. All right? Remember, we're just going to start simple. So now, if we go, I hope I updated it. Make sure you hit save. Now when we go home and go to the student view, by the way, notice all of these, this icon here means it's invisible to students. And the reason the module is invisible to students right now is because nothing has been published in modules yet. Let me go to the student view, which is a nice tool. If you go to student view, it's going to show you what this looks like for the student. Remember, we're trying to simplify things for them so that they know exactly what to do when they get to Canvas. So here we're in the student view. Notice the only thing the student sees right now is home. All of those navigational tools are now hidden from view. That's a good thing. I'm going to leave student view for now. Notice there's nowhere to go, so this is the only place they could go to now. We're going to leave that for a moment, and we're going to force our students to access this course through modules. So we're back in the teacher view, so let's click on modules. Notice nothing is here yet. We're going to add an assignment, a discussion, and a quiz. You do so by adding a module. Let's just give this a name. We'll call this test module. We'll say add module. There is our test module. What we're going to do is in this module, we're going to add an assignment, a discussion, and a quiz. You do that by clicking the plus button. All right. We're going to say new assignment, test assignment, right? Notice this says add assignment. You have several options here, actually. There's quiz, file, page, discussion, text header, external URL, external tool. For the purpose of this course, We're only going to talk about assignments, quizzes, and discussions. So, test assignment, add item. Now in our module, we have an assignment. Let's add something else to our module. Let's add a discussion. Okay, we'll do a new topic. We'll say test discussion. There we go. We now have a discussion. Notice the different icons to represent the different assignment. And then we're going to we'll end this module with a quiz. So we select quiz, new quiz. We'll just go test quiz. There we go. Now we have a new icon for a quiz. So in this module, it consists of an assignment, a discussion, and a quiz. Now, in your course, you can have your module have any structure you want, but for this purpose, we're just keeping it simple, especially in a time right now when the schools are shut down. I highly recommend keeping things simple. Maybe each student goes through a module a week. Maybe that is one assignment or two assignments, maybe a discussion, and a quiz. I don't know. It's up to you. We're going to get more creative with what to put in the assignment in the next episode, but for now, getting here is a win. Before we move to the next episode, though, I want to go into the settings for the assignment. We'll get into the page in the next episode, like I said, but for now, we're just going to write test assignment. Okay. Now, you have the option of making this a certain amount of points. You are going to ask the students to submit this assignment. Either it doesn't require submission, no submission, or it would be online. Maybe they need to submit a website URL. Maybe you want to give them a text box. All right. I highly recommend website URLs for the majority of assignments that students turn in, because all they need to do is get that shareable link from a Google Doc or a Google Sheet or a Google Slideshow or anywhere online that they are working, and they can submit that website URL, and Canvas and its speed grader will give you access to that assignment right in the grading window, which is pretty nice. The speed grader is another training session. We won't be covering it in this course. However, so make sure you decide how your students will submit the assignment. And then you can assign to specific students or the whole group, or even different sections if you teach some of the same classes and have, like, let's say you teach science 3 times a day. It's the same class, but you have different students. You can build this one assignment and send it out to all those separate sections, so you don't have to create it 3 times. You can give it a due date, simply here, and you can make it available from a certain day until a certain day. Just make sure that due date is within this window. All right? So you have some options with the settings. And in the same way, I'll go ahead and save this. Let's go to the module we were just working on. And we also have that test discussion. All right? And if we edit, again, we can type directions here. For now, we'll just put discussion test. Okay. And you can, just like you did with the assignment, you have similar features here. I like to allow threaded replies. This is my favorite one. Depending on the situation, you may want to have a user post their own original thought before seeing others' thoughts and replies. So I like to check that. All right. I also allow liking, where students can like a comment. I also like the discussions, if necessary, to be graded. All right. Usually just put the amount, and if you do select grading, it gives you a new option similar to that the options you had with an assignment. So I'm going to put 5. By the way, in the options for the way the grade is displayed, you do have the complete or incomplete option, or points, or percentage. I usually choose points, or complete or incomplete. Then again, you have the assign options like we covered with assignments. So we'll go ahead and save that. By the way, it is kind of nice if you do put a due date. Let's say this is due next Friday. I say save. It is nice, so when we go back to modules, it does give the due date. So the test assignment, we didn't give this a due date, so it's not here. But right here with the test discussion, we have a due date of April 17th, and it's 5 points. And then finally with the quiz, I want to spend a little bit of time with the quiz. I love this. Quizzes are probably one of my favorite features in Canvas. So again, make sure you start by editing. And like we did before, it's really cool. You can allow students multiple attempts. You can give a time limit. You can set the number of attempts, 3 or 2 or 1. You can let the students see the quiz responses and the correct answers, or you can choose not to do that after they're done. All right. Then you can always go back and change it later, where you can say let students see the correct answers, and you can set whether it's only after their last attempt, or you can set it to show the correct answers at a certain time based on your schedule. A lot of times I just deselect this. You can require a password for some extra security. And then finally, again, you have when it's due. Let's say this is due April 20th. Okay. I used to use a lot of available from until, but I did notice, there are students who are absent. There are students who are out of school for any number of reasons, or are gone from your class. And sometimes it's just a little annoying. An assignment will pass and you want that student to take that test or quiz or complete that assignment. And unfortunately, it's no longer available. So I usually just leave these alone for the most part. All right, so let's go ahead and save those settings. All right. So there you go. At the end of this assignment, you should have a module that includes a test assignment, a test discussion, and a test quiz. All right? Give each assignment a due date and set the amount of points. You can call your module and your assignment and your discussion and your quiz whatever you'd like. But it should have the 3 different icons to represent whether it's officially an assignment, a discussion, or a quiz. Now, I did say I'm going to spend a little more time on the quiz, but for the sake of this assignment, we're going to stop the video here so that you can build the shell or the structure we just talked about, and the video to follow is going to take a deeper dive into the quiz.